Okay, welcome to Star Signs. We are on Gemini. Gemini is from May 21st through June 20th. Gemini is an air sign, and Geminis are known for being avid talkers. With Geminis, you want to say, but you never get a chance. They will talk to you for 2 hours on the phone, and all you said is 3 buts. Like, some of my clients, you will say, gee, it's been nice talking to you, but in truth, they did all of the talking and you didn't tell them anything. However, usually this is not until the Gemini gets rolling. Geminis are very reticent until they're certain that they have you in their pocket, so to speak. They're careful about giving you their allegiances, and they are probably the most cautious sign of the zodiac. Geminis use their hands even more than Libras or any other sign. They are very expressive and are always motioning with their hands and feet. They cannot talk without using them, and I'm talking about highly exaggerated gestures. They also have a tendency to watch themselves a lot. They're always concerned about their pose and their poise. You will find Geminis looking at themselves to see if everything's right, if the hand on the leg looks right. They have a tendency to check themselves because they're insecure. You will never find Geminis making a crazy face or sitting in a slouchy manner. They want to look good at all times. Geminis are also very concerned about learning. If you see a Gemini who does not have a full education, they will tell you about it until their last day on Earth. You wish to God and you could give them the money so that they could go to school and finish it off. Get them as high as they can go, PhD or whatever, so they will quit telling you that if I only had the chance, I would have gone further. They always feel a bit deficient if they do not have extensive schooling. Every teacher needs Geminis in class because even though they seem to miss the information, they do absorb everything. They are the only sign I know of that takes 50 years to get something done. Most of your professional students are Geminis. They are always working on some lofty degree over there somewhere, and I don't think they will ever get there. But they are constantly working toward it. There's a lot of movement with Geminis. They are always moving toward some far-off, unreachable dream. They will get channeled into one thing, then the first thing you know, they're into something else. The ancient symbol of 2 faces is used for Geminis. It is used for Gemini. Now, I do not believe that what most astrologers say, that the left hand does not know what the right hand is doing, or that they are split personalities. I do not believe that. What Geminis do have, though, are very changeable natures, so you don't know what face they're going to wear, and they can do so many things at once. They can have 2 or 3 things going all at the same time. I think they're so multifaceted that you ask, who are you today? They seem to be able to take on different faces and aspects daily. Others cannot keep up with Geminis. You will feel like you're on a pogo stick. They are highly mutable and versatile. They become highly aggravated. If you can keep up with them, you'll say, but we were just on one train of thought and now you're way over there. And they say, but I finished that and now I'm here. They really question your intelligence. When you cannot keep up with them, however, Geminis know so much about so many things because they've had a whole lifetime of jumping around. Geminis have the amazing ability to hear what they want to hear, which all signs have to some extent. But if you say something to Geminis, they will repeat it back to you and you'll wonder where the heck it came from. You think it is an entirely different concept. They do not hear what has just been said. They seem to absorb at the subconscious level for some reason, through the process of osmosis. Geminis really are the infused knowledge sign. They are also the echo sign. You will get all finished saying something and they will repeat the same concept back and you'll say, that's what I just said, and they would probably, well, not exactly. You not fill it in right. You see, now I have said it correctly. Geminis can change loves, careers, and geographical locations and be perfectly happy with all of it. They are the wonders of the world. They will change whole cultures and whole structures because they're so fluid. Not many signs can move geographically as fast as the Gemini. They will find the Geminis infrequently stay in the same location where they grew up. Geminis become fascinated with races, cultures, and sociological structures. They will even go to a reservation, live for a while to see how it is. If they can't go, they fantasize about it. They'll say, gee, it would be marvelous to live like that. Or Gemini will become a hippie for a while to see how it is and then change into something else again dramatically. They are the experimenters of the zodiac. You wonder sometimes how much depth there is to Geminis, because they do seem to live on the surface of the world. However, they do have great depth. And if there is any sign that walks around saying that life is a bowl of cherries, it is the Gemini. This can really help cheer everyone up. Geminis can be totally immersed in grief and sorrow, yet 15 minutes later they'll say, let's have a party. You may still be wallowing in the grief with them, and here they are, blowing up balloons. Most of Geminis I've known, male and female, do not sustain long-lasting relationships. They can have a totally ingrained family structure, and the first thing you know, they're divorced, off on a boat with someone new, married again, and are perfectly happy with 2 more kids. They're very fickle, and they'll love you just as much as they can, but you're really talking about a thimbleful versus a cupful. I think this is because they scatter their love so much. They will love their children and their parents and their teacher and whomever, so they're scattering love throughout all of the rest of the zodiac. Geminis are fun, and you want to have them around you. They are exuberant signs of the zodiac, and nothing bothers them. They could be 58 years old and say, let's go to the amusement park, or they could be in a wheelchair. And Gemini is the first one up the roller coaster wheel, and roller coaster wheels and all. Everyone should have a Gemini as a pet, because they make good ones. Gemini friends in school are the ones you could call up and say, oh, let's go and buzz the drive-ins, let's do this, let's do that. They're always ready to go. Marriages with Geminis will only do well if their spouses totally understand, and that they must flirt from flower to flower. I don't mean that they'll flirt from among romances, but they will say, I'm involved here with underwater basket weaving, and then, now I want to take a psychology course. The mate does not understand what they're doing. The Geminis can become very enamored with something, with parapsychology or anything else, and then the first thing you know, they're tired of it and involved with something else. So Geminis do not stay grounded. Usually with a Gemini, you will see a long-suffering spouse standing there. You must have one stable spouse. Actually, I'm convinced that the best sign with a Gemini is fire, because they're very stable and they do burn bright. The fire sign can stay in the balance, this balancing type of thing, because the fire sign gives them stability. The fire signs are normally not too restrictive because they like a lot of space themselves. The air signs should really link up with fire signs because they can totally channel their energies independently. The Gemini can just float around and do their own thing, and the fire sign says, well, when you're ready, come home, because I'm doing my own thing anyway. Of course, this depends on how you start out and what you're accustomed to. It depends a lot on your conditioning, but you will find that air and fire signs make a marvelous combination, really, because air fans fire, and they can sustain each other very, very well. Geminis can become very affected in speech. They're very didactic. However, they are not like Taurians with their high-flown speech. But all of a sudden, Geminis can start talking with a southern accent and say, where did that come from? Or they will affect a list or baby talk. You never want to tell Geminis that you think they're illiterate, because whatever they don't know, they will fake. You don't want to say to them, my God, have you never heard of Rhett and Scarlet and Drusilla? Certainly I have. They were 2 dogs, weren't they? And you feel so sorry for them that you say, yes, they were, because you don't want to put them down, which would annihilate them. Physical characteristics. Geminis are short and dainty in their physical structure. They're usually dark hair, dark-eyed. Their eyes are very prominent. They can either be slanted or they have full lids. So they always have what is called bedroom eyes, a slow, come hither look. Like Leos, most Geminis have beautiful manes of silky, fine, glossy hair. And as mentioned earlier, they have the highly expressive hands and feet. So that's Gemini from Astrology Through a Psychic's Eyes. And I will see you in a month or so for Cancer. I don't have Cancer. That's the next sign. Okay, I'm gonna